Hey everyone, it's Eric, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I personally haven't seen any of these videos, and I always thought it was a good idea, but, I could be mistaken, and there could be a bunch of these videos, and I never actually searched for them, so there's that. And that video is an aftermath story of my coming out story, so I'm just going to go over the initial, of me coming out, and then the aftermath of all that stuff and what happened afterwards. And before we start this video, I don't know if you guys can tell, my room is a complete mess. I've been traveling a lot, so I just got back from a trip and there is shit all over my room right now, so I apologize if you guys can see any of that. And also I want to say that I apologize for the quality of this video just because I don't have my actual camera that I normally use to record, so this is just a little tiny Canon one that I'm using, so if it's really shitty quality, I apologize. So first I posted my coming out story about a year ago, probably over a year ago actually, probably almost 2 years ago, and I really had no intentions of it becoming anything. I didn't expect really anyone to see it, and so I posted it, and next morning I got on and it just said 301 plus views, and I was like, oh shit, damn, your boy has arrived, hello. I started to read the comments, and I had, 15 comments, which at the time, I thought that was a really big deal because, I've never posted a YouTube video before, so my whole goal with posting this video was that I just wanted to help anybody else out, and I know my story is kind of unusual. It's not your typical coming out story, so I thought maybe someone could relate to it. Eventually, I started getting a bunch of notifications on it, and I think now it's at 60,000 views, which is freaking insane to me because I didn't think anyone would really care to watch another coming out story, because I'm pretty sure I was the only one who went through YouTube and would scroll and scroll and scroll and look at every single YouTube coming out video that there was. I swear I've actually watched every single one. So with that being said, I really didn't expect anyone I knew in Arizona to watch it, and my intent was that I was over it, and I was like, okay, you know what, here we go, I'm coming out, I don't care. But I really didn't want anyone from my school to see it, so I'm kind of an idiot because I did post it on the freaking internet, so everyone can see that, but no one for a while at least brought it up to me at school. Then over time, people started to sort of realize what was going on in my life. I think a lot of people have seen my video from the school that I used to go to, and they never really said anything. I'm sorry, I live by an Air Force base, so there's a plane flying by right now. And so I was saying, no one actually brought it up to me that I went to school with saying they saw the video, but definitely they had seen it, because further down in this story I'll tell you that people have seen it. We'll get there. So then eventually people did start to bring it up to me. Closer friends and stuff kind of brought it up, and they were like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I saw your video on YouTube, and I at first was super freaked out, and I did not want anything to really come out. I was like, you know what, okay, maybe this isn't the right time, maybe I'm not 100% ready for this, so I went and actually put the video on private so no one else could see it. But that didn't actually help because a lot of people had already seen it from my school, so it was pretty much out there. Everything was out there. So once that started kind of getting out there and everyone started to realize oh he's a homo, then I started to realize okay, you know what, I shouldn't try and deny this. I just never said anything about it. So I just kind of let it die down, if you will. I really didn't want to bring any attention to it because first of all, I didn't really care for many people that I went to school with, so I was not really any of their business. I didn't think that I had to go and tell them or anything like that, so I didn't feel oh, let me go and clarify what's going on and all this stuff, because it really was no big deal to me. I was trying to help out other people, and if people at my school didn't care for it, then oh well. It didn't matter to me. But then one random day I was sitting at home, and I really don't know what came over me. I heard about Tom Daley, the swimmer, who came out, and he posted this video, and I don't know why that specifically just kind of went over me, and I was like, wow, you know what, if this guy can do this who's on this platform for all these other people, I'm then why is my irrelevant little story a big deal to anyone? You know what I'm saying? So I saw that, and I went on my Twitter to let everyone know what was going on. So I ended up getting on my Twitter, and I typed into my phone a little note, screenshotted it, and posted it, and it said, I know there's been like a lot of talk going around, and I'm like, yes, I am gay. There you go. That's just what it is. And I said, and if you guys don't support it, then good riddance, and I don't need you guys in my life. So I posted this, and I put my phone down, and was so scared. I was like, I don't even want to check my phone, so I left it down for like 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, you know what? I don't know why I'm doing all this. I really don't care to come out to any of these people. So I went to get back onto my Twitter, and my phone was froze. So I was like, okay, this is all kinds of bad. I ended up going onto my laptop because I was going to delete the tweet that said I was gay, and then it turns out that my phone was froze because I was getting so many notifications from it. So in like the 5 minutes or so that I had posted it, it had like 142 favorites and like 20 retweets, and I was like, okay, here we go, shit has hit the fan. Like, this is no longer a secret anymore. So once I kind of realized that this is kind of out there and everything was like done, I kind of sat down for a second and I told my mom, and I was like, oh, like I was so happy, like I couldn't even talk, like there was the biggest smile on my face. So I was like telling my mom, I'm like, okay mom, I'm like, finally I did it, like I came out to everyone, like I'm so free, I feel so good, like a weight is completely lifted off my shoulders, and like I was feeling so good. And in high school I hung out with mainly guys, and that was my big thing. I didn't want them to think of me any different, like. But then I ended up checking my phone, and I had texts from like every single one of my friends, and they were like, you know what dude, we're so proud of you, so glad that you're free, like we are so happy for you and stuff. And that was, I'm getting goosebumps right now, like that was the biggest deal to me. Like I was so happy, and I was like, you know, I surround myself with such great people, and I was just, for the rest of that week, I was stoked on life. Now, the next day when I went to school, of course, I was shitting my pants driving into the parking lot because I was so nervous about what was going on. And, of course, my school really wasn't that big, so when I did go start walking in, I was like, oh, God, like, everyone knows about this, and I was really not prepared for the attention that I was going to be getting. So I ended up walking into school, and immediately people are coming up, they're like, oh dude, we're so happy for you, so proud of you, like giving me high fives and stuff. And I'm not really one of those people who likes all that attention, so I was very, very shocked and very uncomfortable actually with the whole situation. But eventually everything went on, and you know, it's all good. I came out finally, I was like free, and then everyone at the school knew, and of course, I mean, nothing actually really changed for me. And I think that's like so important, because I feel like a lot of people won't come out because they specifically think about what other people think of them, which was completely 100% me. I was so nervous about what other people were going to think of me and how they were going to judge me, but at the same time, you have to really think about what's going to make you happy. Like, if you know you're going to be much happier when you actually finally do come out, then I say go for it, because it's your life you're living. It's not your parents living your life. It's not all these other people living your life. If you lose friends, good riddance. You obviously don't need them in your life. Especially if you're living with your parents, it's kind of a big deal that you want them to accept it, because I've read all those horrible stories where the parents go crazy and beat your ass and then kick you out and all that stuff, and just blows my mind, because, you know, you think it's your child, you should always be there for them, but no. You know, it's just crazy shit like that pisses me off, but, you know, it happens. And then another thing that happened was that finally I had come out to, I mean, my mom had told me that she's known since I was like 4 years old, so that was really no big deal to me. But my biological dad, who lives in DC, who I went to visit recently, I had actually come out to him, which was a big deal. Every year I go out to visit his family and stuff in Michigan, so that was no different this past year. So we went over there, visited, no big deal. And always the day before Christmas Eve, we go out and we go to a Hard Rock Cafe in downtown. And we've been doing that, I don't know, since I was, for as long as I can remember, we've always gone down there. And so this time, no different. We went down there. It was me, him, and my younger brother, and we were all just sitting there eating. And he was like, how's everything going in Arizona? He's like, you guys dating any chicks yet? Whatever, all this stuff. So he asked us if we were dating any girls and stuff in Arizona, and my brother immediately gave me a look and kicked me under the table, trying to make fun of me. He's like, yes, someone's dating someone. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, Luke, shut up. Please don't say a single thing. And of course my face turns so red and I'm blushing hardcore, trying to play off this entire situation because I really didn't want to come out to him yet just because I didn't know how he was going to respond to it. So anyways, that ended up being a good situation. I ended up telling him after about sitting there for about 15 minutes in complete silence and awkward laughing, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm like, listen, I am dating someone. I'm like, it's not necessarily a female. And he was like, are you saying what? And I was like, well, okay. I'm like, listen, Dad, I'm dating a guy, and we've been dating for like the past 6 months, so drop that bomb on you. And his reaction was actually the coolest thing. I had told him, and he started to get a little teary-eyed, and I didn't know what that was supposed to mean. I got nervous, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, Dad, just kidding. And so he started to get teary-eyed, and he's like coming and he like started hugging me, and he's like, I'm so happy for you, I'm like so proud of you, and he's like, I love you so much no matter what happens. He's like, I don't care if you're gay. He's like, as long as you're not sleeping with any animals. He's like, then fast forward to where I am now. I am now currently not dating anyone, but I am so happy with everything in my life right now. Everything's going so fantastic. I have the best friends. I have such a great supportive family because now pretty much all of them know. Like, it's no longer a secret to anyone, so that is... Now that that's pretty much not a secret to anyone in my family, it's like such a weight off my shoulders. I can 100% be exactly who I am, and it's just such a great feeling that everyone around me is so supportive, and it's like the best feeling in the world, honestly. So now that it's about 2 years later, I am so much happier than I ever have been, even though I'm not saying life has been completely perfect. Yeah, there's ups and downs, as you guys know. I have videos that talk about things not being so positive all the time, but you know what? Generally, I'd say my life is so great, and I have so much going for me, and that's just that. So as I always say, leave a comment down below, let me know what kind of videos you guys want me to do. I also will be linking my coming out story down below, and I'll have links to my Facebook page and to my other social media. I only have actually Facebook and an Instagram, which I respond to most of the Instagram messages. On the Facebook one, it gets overwhelming, and there's 2 different like boxes. There's like my inbox and an other box, and it's just really hard to figure out how to do all that stuff. I'm really not that good with technology. I'm like this 80-year-old man pretty much, so there you go. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep doing videos every week. We see how that actually goes. It ends up being every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 8 months, you know, just taking little breaks. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.